Welcome to the season of becoming. Welcome to September, the last month in Q3, the last month in this season of becoming, where we're going to learn how to create the mindset that you want in your life. Now, when people talk about mindset, sometimes they get it confused with mentality. So we should probably start this video off understanding what mindset is. And mindset is a mental attitude or inclination. If you're watching my videos this week, you'll know I've already talked about that. What I've also talked about is how to influence a mindset. And your influencers are by the people around you, your family, your friends, by what you read, by what you watch, society, social media, books, magazines, your phone. Everything around us can influence us and influence our mindset. So how do we create the one that we want? See, what mindsets are and how they are created are just like this. Our attitudes influence our behavior. Our behavior influences our actions. Our actions influence our results. Our results influence our performance. And our performance comes all the way back around and influences our attitude. See, that big circle of action is where we get our influence, is where we get our mindset from. So if we don't break in at any one of those points, our performance, our attitudes, we'll never change our mindset. And if you know anything about mindset, and that's going to be the word I'm going to keep saying over and over again because we're trying to create it. If you know anything about mindset, you know that there's two major types. You know that there's a fixed mindset, and you know that there's a growth mindset. The fixed mindset tells us that we're good where we are. Basically, we don't need to learn anything more. We don't need to know anything more. Nothing is going to influence us. We're not going to change our mind. We're not going to change our course. We're like a boat without a rudder. We're going one way, and that's the only direction we're going. We can never turn. We're never going to change. A growth mindset is the inverse of that. A growth mindset says that we're absorbing everything. We're bringing everything in. We're taking in everything. We want to learn more. We want to know more. We want to seek out more information. We question things. We change our attitudes, our mindsets, our performances. We change everything around us based on the growth mindset, based on what we want to grow into. And that's what we're looking at here in this video. We're not going to create a fixed mindset because that doesn't help us. If you know anything about anything, if you know anything about society and the world and how we grew, transportation has grown. We've gone from carrying all our goods with us to going to a cart with wheels, to eventually getting a horse and buggy, getting an automobile, flying planes, ships, spaceships, you name it. That's growth. If we would have stayed in a fixed mindset in that part of our area of life, we never would have gone beyond carrying things in our hands. We'd still, to this day, carry everything around with us, which would greatly decrease what we keep on to, but that's a different topic of conversation. But if we don't grow, we'll never change and evolve. So if we continue a fixed mindset, we're never going to change and evolve. We're never going to become better than who we are now. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, I'm pretty great where I am right now, who I am right now, what I have in my life right now. Well, that's awesome. Good for you. But you're still going to get left behind. Everything else around you is going to grow. That's life. That's nature. That's the universe. It continues to grow. It continues to find ways to be better, bigger, and faster and stronger. So if you don't do that, if you don't grow, then you're going to be left behind. You're going to be outdated. So when we talk about creating a mindset that we want for our future, to create a healthier and happier and more joy-filled future for ourselves, well, we need to grow. We need to learn new things. And I know that sounds daunting. I know that seems like you've already overworked the way it is. You're working 10 hours at your job. You're coming home. You have to take care of the house, the apartment, wherever you're living. You have to take care of all that stuff, your family, your kids, everything around you. Everyone's clamoring for your attention, for your time, and you don't have enough of it. Now, Jon, you're telling me that we need to create a new mindset to be bigger and better and evolve more. I don't have the time for this. It's always the thing that scares people away is they don't have time. That's the one resource that we can never get back. And I agree, we don't have enough time. But if you don't take any time, you're never going to get anywhere. And the best part about creating something new, especially from scratch, you don't have to do it all at once. You can't. You're going to overload yourself. And you don't even know how to do it all at once. So take small steps. And I mentioned this in our videos, in our daily videos. Take the small steps. Do 1% better each and every day. So for creating a new mindset, new set of attitudes, beliefs, values, morals, ethics, if we're trying to create this mindset from scratch, from thin air, if we already know we have one out there that we want to adopt, well, that's all we need to do is work towards that 1% each day. And maybe that's setting an alarm earlier than what you usually wake up. To wake up earlier and get ready earlier. Start the day earlier. To give yourself some time to start the day in a positive frame of mind. Instead of waking up because of your alarm, shocking your body, putting you in a state of panic right away when you wake up, you can wake up naturally. Or, like I said, you can wake up earlier than you usually do, have that state of shock wake you up, but then calm yourself down. Whether that's meditating, whether that's just taking the time for yourself, reading a book, working out, drinking some water when you wake up right away, or just sitting and watching through a window. Something to calm your body down. So then after that, you can start progressing in the day in a more positive frame of mind, in a more positive centered body. That's one small thing you can do. Once you start doing that over time, you create that habit. You're building that mindset that you want. You're building that mental attitude. And you might be wondering, well, how is me waking up earlier creating a mental attitude? Well, the attitude that we're talking about when you wake up this early is a positive attitude. You're starting the day the way you want to, not the way you're choosing to because of outside pressures, because of your job, because of getting the kids to school, because you have to work out, or you can't do this, or you have to do that, or you can't do this. Start the day off positively. Once you're able to set that as a habit, then you can end your day positively and go through and create routines to make sure that you end your days positively. And this is creating the mental attitude, creating the mindset that we want to create. A happier, healthier, more joy-filled future. I use the word create a lot because that's what we're doing. We're creating something new. And yes, somebody may have done this before in this world. Whether it was in the past, whether it's somebody now, or maybe someone in the future is going to do this as well. But each and every one of us that has breathed a breath of fresh air on this world, we're all different. In one way or another, we're all different. So each one of these interactions is being done differently each and every time. So the way you're doing it is going to be different from the way I'm doing it, and different from the way your mom does it. So don't worry about everything else. Don't worry about what other people think about you, because it's not about them. It's about you and creating the life that you want. And to create the life that you want, you need to have goals and objectives. You need to live your dreams. And the only way you can live your dreams is to change who you are, change how you're going about things, changing your mental attitude, your mindset. Once we can change that and adopt a new mindset, a more positive mindset, even if your mindset is positive the way it is right now, you can always do better. You can always evolve for more. So once you get to that next stage and you're becoming the person that you want to be, work on setting those goals, setting those objectives for the next stage of your life, which will create a new and different mindset for that stage. I know it sounds like work each and every time, and it is. But this is life. This is what we're created for, to be as best as we can be each and every day. And if you're not progressing, you're falling behind. And what falls behind gets left behind. No one's going to come pick you up and come get you. You need to do it yourself. So why not be proactive? Why not do it from the get-go instead of being in the back and having to play catch-up? So again, in this video, we're creating the mindset that we want for our future so that we can create a better future for ourselves. Even if your present life is amazing, it can still be better. And again, if you don't build on what you have now, it's going to regress. Figure out what you want, where you want to go. You need to evolve. You need to do more. You need to find new tools and vehicles to get what you want out of life. Mindset is one of those vehicles. And that's why we're going to create in this video. So once you've figured out what mindset you want and what you're going for, what you're growing into, next steps you need to do is take a step. Make a plan. Do one step each day, 1% each day. You add those together. A year from now, you're going to be a totally different person. So work on creating that new mindset any way you can. Any way you know how, any way that feels good to you in the moment. Because it will get harder down the line. So whether that's waking up in the morning, going to bed at night, during the middle of the day, if that's your golden time, then use that. That's when you have the most energy, you're the most focused, the most centered. Use that time for your benefit, not anybody else's, your benefit. Because this life is yours. This life is for you. Live it the way you want to live it, creating a happier, healthier, more joy-filled life.